Yo, yo. It's New Year's tomorrow. Well, New Year's Eve. But who's doing anything today? Maybe you're working. If you're a hardcore person, you're probably working. But for the most part, most people are just chillaxing. And this is a good day to review your year, to review what worked, what didn't, in all aspects of your life: career, relationships, um, fitness, nutrition, uh, family goals. I say family, that can count as relationships. Spirituality, how much fun you had, right? These are some ways I measure the success of my year is dependent on all of these. The way I do it is I cut it into a pie and then I basically a bit, um, put each thing in a little circle, create my lines, make it like into a pie. Then at the end of each line, or sorry, inside that piece of pie, so say relationships, I'll put a score 1 to 10. Anything above a 7 means keep doing what you're doing. Don't change too much because why would I invest too much time? But of course, I'll look to see why is it a 7 and not a 10 or 9. I can only try my best to get to a 9, but some things may be out of control, especially when it comes to relationships. So I can control other people, it's up to them at the end of the day. So I try to see where am I low on. For instance, um, for a few years between I would say 2018 to about 2021, I would say half of 2022, not the full thing. That's when I had almost everything between 7 and 10, with the exception of spirituality. Spirituality, I felt was always like a 2, a 3. It was really low. It was really bad. But now it's funny that it's as if God really forced me to look into my spirituality and turn that into a 9 or a 10. Because I would say this year, everything else was ranked lower than a 7, with the exception of relationships and spirituality. Everything else, finances, my health was pretty up there too. I took care of my body this year, especially with a layoff. I was just able to focus more on fitness, nutrition, and things like that. So I try to look at it that way. Um, Over time, what I'd say is as you get more and more of this information and this data, you can put it on a digital platform, like Excel, and then you can average out what each thing looks in within a 5-year period. And that can really give you good data as to like what's the spot that you keep just ignoring. What's that area that you're just like, why is it always so low? So for me, this year was tough because I lost points on a lot of factors: finances, lost a few points on relationships. My relationships are great because of friends and family, but having a partnership was important to me for so long as part of my identity, and then I lost that. And this was the first year that I like had to look at that and be like, oh, it's not as good as I thought. Um, but this year end review is good to see where you can go moving forward. But to be honest, you could do this any time of the year. It's just a good time because everyone around this time is understands that this is a month of just de-escalating, just like December, right? The DE is just like to remove, to lessen. So if you're looking at everything and there's a decline in energy, like less people are doing things, at least in the westernized, Catholic slash Christian, sides of the world start to chill out around this time. It's good. It's good. It's good to take advantage of that. And then January begins, and slowly but surely, people start coming back online. And by mid-January, everything's back to where it is, and then you just go hard because we don't got time off in the spring, really. Like, as if you have a job, you don't really get time off. You just work, work, work 5 days a week, no days off. There's like 2 months over the next few months that just have no time off. There's no, July 4th or Christmas or whatever the case may be. So this is a time to rest, recuperate, and really prepare for that springtime. So go in there with a plan, but also be adaptable in what's to come in 2024. It's an election year, folks. Things are about to get wild. Things are about to get good and bad all at the same time. So I'll leave y'all with that. Good luck. Until tomorrow.